Well, better late than never.
Really late.
Well, okay. Sorry, folks, about the show not dropping like we usually do on Thursday. It's been a week.
Well, we had plans to do it, and your wife and her infamous quote-unquote calendar.
Well, we were going to do it. We had things worked out to do it Tuesday originally.
All right.
And, yeah, Tuesday evening. And it was just not happening. Both of us were I think we were just tapped out from not so much the trip, but everything that's gone on.
It's just been a lot in our lives since last Monday. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then Wednesday I can do it because I had a lacrosse training meeting. And then we were going to do it this morning, and you ended up having to go to work after not planning to go
technically,
to work.
I wasn't planning to go to work, but technically I was supposed to go to work.
Somebody can't read schedule. I mean,
no. Now, look, in fairness, we've talked about this before. Yeah. Everyone does Google calendars, except for Emily and Jane. Oh, and I found out that Gail from Kelsey's Hope doesn't do it either. Calendar. She's like me. Yeah. She sent me a picture of all her calendars. Right. And I had put on there for today, 11 to 7 could do ? Uh-huh. Like it would not be my normal shift.
Right.
I would be off because I worked the weekend before. Right. Mm-hmm. I had traded out weekends, had it all worked out. So and I told them, I said, if you need me, I can work it. But I never went back into the scheduler to see if they had put me on.
Right.
So that's my fault.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So now all right. So anyway.
I should have looked at the scheduler. So at 9:02, when I get a text from my partner saying, hey, they're saying you said yesterday was your Friday, but you do know you're supposed to be here at 11. I was like, no.
No. All right. So apologies for the late drop, folks. We'll try not to let it happen again.
We are the walkers. I think in 1 year, it's pretty good.
Yeah, yes, you're right. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah. Yep. I mean, there's been an occasion where I forgot to post it or schedule the post or schedule it to upload or finish uploading on Spotify, but that was it. This is the first really late. I don't really want to post it tonight, only because it'll probably be 11 before it's ready. Right. And then everybody's going to get dinged.
Yeah, so do it.
So, yeah. So those of you who are listening now on the Friday morning, Friday. Sorry for not dropping Thursday. So, all right, let's start the show. Nope. Come on. There we go. It's the Sam
and M
podcast, episode 55. Oh, I should have pulled the music on that. Sam Walker, OBXnews.com. Of course, your favorite podcast app, YouTube and Facebook. Of course, that podcast app, top 10% video podcast on Spotify. I did that intentionally, folks. Uh-oh.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Not really.
You're not? Okay. Yeah, I did make an adjustment on the volume over here.
There. Well, I can hear the music.
You can't hear me, though.
That's better. I can hear you better.
All right. Anyway. Why is my phone blowing up? Okay. Did you just feel an earthquake?
No.
No joke. I didn't feel it. But apparently, folks felt it on the beach. It happened off South America, like literally 5 minutes ago. What time is it? 1:35 UTC. That's wow. Okay. No, I didn't feel it here, but I'm getting text right now. So anyway, yeah, there was an earthquake off South America, and apparently it syncs up with time felt rumbles here, shakes. I know there's some folks that thought they'd had an earthquake last week when we were in Florida. Anyway, back to the show. Find us on your favorite podcast app. I already said that. YouTube, Facebook, top 10% video, Spotify in 2024. Thank you. Brought to you by Miles Carpet Cleaning, Caribbean Pools and Spa, CMIT Solutions of the Outer Banks, ToyotaTower.com, OBX Bullies, Kennels and Boutique, Adinkra Yoga Studio, Hatteras Island author Jan Dawson, Sanctuary Vineyards as well. Thanks to everybody who's jumped on board the team here as corporate champions of the Sam
and M
podcast. All right. Shout outs. Do we want to, because
all of our shout outs are pretty much
run Disney stuff. Okay. So let's just get into it, because of course we were this time a week ago, I was anyway. You were preparing to come to the most magical place on earth.
Unless you're the couple from California.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. All right, yeah, we got a whole lot to get to on the show today, so let's jump right into it. All right, so of course, this past weekend was the 2025 Walt Disney World Marathon weekend. 4 races, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We only did the half marathon this
5K,
time.
10K, half.
We just did. Not only. That was a big thing with Emily this weekend. Not saying we're only doing.
Well, you don't even need to say just did. We did the half marathon.
We were doing the half marathon.
That's
we weren't doing the dopey, which is the half marathon and the full marathon.
No,
and
that's
the 5K,
the
the 10K. It's been a long day.
All right, let me do it.
Yeah.
So the dopey, which I did in 2023 with Amy Ennis.
Right.
That is a 5K, a 10K, a half, and a full marathon over 4 days.
Yes.
The Goofy Challenge is the half marathon and the full marathon. So it's just over 2 days.
All right.
It is still a challenge, and a big part of the challenge is getting up at 3:30 being at the parks at 3, being at the corrals at 3:30 3 of the days, and now they changed the marathon is you'd be in the corral by 2:30 or 3 on marathon day.
They open then.
They open them, yeah. But yeah, you're so the biggest challenge to me is how early you have to get up.
Yeah.
And you hurry, and then you wait.
Right. So the trip started for me on Wednesday, actually. Drove down. Very uneventful drive. No traffic issues whatsoever. Jacksonville, there was some traffic. Nothing, but no major problems. Got my Bucky stops in. Got there, and it was cold. It was cold. If y'all thought it was cold here, it was cold for Central Florida as well. Ended up, Emily and I had a discussion basically on the way down.
Well, I told you to do it.
Just do it. So I went and got my AP. Got my annual pass. And so I decided to get the annual pass. Didn't even go check in the hotel. Drove straight to Magic Kingdom. Buy the annual pass outside. And literally tapped in as fireworks go off. Literally. Not, folks, I literally tap in, get the green, and boom, there goes the fireworks for the current show. Happily Ever After. That's appropriate. Went straight to Tron because knowing fireworks, you can catch things right on a lot of attractions because that fireworks pulls such a big crowd. Go straight to Tron. Had never ridden Tron. Finally got to ride it. Front row. Amazing. Awesome picture. Loved it. Left. No, I did. I rode Mansion. I rode Haunted Mansion.
Oh, okay.
Park closed within 10 minutes. I was like, I'm done. I got to go check in the hotel, knowing I had to come back and do work because I've been driving all day and had not been able to keep the website running, putting out content like I wanted to. I did have to pull off. No, there was the one thing on the trip down. I did have to pull off and write the Alligator River Bridge story. Anyway, Thursday. Thursday was more of a late day. I had planned to get up and go cheer at the 5K. And woke up at about 6:30. Slept right through the 2:30 alarm. So, did some work. Went to the Kelsey's Hope Luncheon, which is always held at Splitsville. Of course, Kelsey's Hope, who I was running for this year, which is the charity we always run for, and we've talked about it previously on the show. Of course, there's a link here in the description if you want to learn more about Kelsey's Hope. But I'm pulling up the text now. Where is that text I sent you?
You sent it in Facebook.
I sent it in Facebook Messenger, but trying to get there.
Here, I can do it.
Will mess things up.
Okay, I got it.
You got it. So Kelsey's Hope, great turnout for the luncheon.
So this race alone, they had 144 runners.
Wow.
112 of those runners were dopies.
That's amazing.
It's a huge dopey. Yeah, that's huge.
Almost. The 112 dopies that were Kelsey Hope runners.
They were able, for this race alone, they raised $172,000.
Yeah. That's so cool.
I think it was this past year, they were able to award there's 141 wishes total.
Yeah, that's all time.
All time.
141.
Okay, so they've done, since they started Kelsey's Hope, they've done 141 wishes.
Right.
And they have 9 that are pending.
Right.
And they have raised $1.3 million for research. And I don't know how much they've given in scholarships. You didn't send that, but they've also done scholarships.
I missed that, and I didn't get a chance to ask Joe about it when they were running through all.
But they
the
have
stats.
every year. I think they have 4.
Yeah, I believe it's 4 nursing scholarships.
4 nursing
they do each
scholarships.
year.
Yeah. So anyway, so they are wonderful. They are wonderful. I talked to Gail a little bit. That would be Kelsey's mom. I talked to her just a little bit through Facebook Messenger the other day. So
I was hoping I could find. I should have found it before the show. I didn't think to do it. I took a video from behind when we did the group photo because I ended up there were so many people, so they had us. We had the whole upstairs bar area.
Well, I'm sure there were 144 runners.
Yeah.
And if they had people with them,
right? And assuming it's going to be just as big a crowd for Princess, I understand. So which is just so awesome because everybody's there, not just to run Disney, but to run for Kelsey.
Yes.
And whether it's wearing just the simple back bib or front bib with a regular costume, or doing what I did this year, which was running with the Kelsey's Hope shirt, which the photos, most of our on-race photos start out with me in the sweatshirt here. Let me pull up the right. Let me get the screen up here because I don't know what the audio capture. Where is my video screen capture? Okay, it's doing that again. Why this? Oh, I know why. Okay. Give me just a second here.
So y'all, if you're watching, notice I'm very tan.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we're going to get to that because Emily has to do...
I have to finish recording and go pack to leave. We have to leave here at 4 tomorrow.
Yeah. Yep. Emily,
4 a.m. to get me to the airport because I fly to Key West tomorrow.
That's
I've never
right.
been to Key West, but flying to Key West to...
Yep. So Emily flies to Key West to run.
So my girlfriends and I, with the great Angela Kramer, spray tan, came after she worked a full day. She came here and tanned us, and she stayed late for me to get tan. So if y'all notice, I may have a little lippy gloss on, as Harper calls it, but
okay, so
lippy stick.
They got the photos there. So anyway, but you'll see them out, and it's such a great event because we've got people who volunteer that are volunteers for the organization who come out, people who are there to cheer on at various places throughout. In fact, every cheering spot and even a few unofficial cheering spots will have somebody out there with signs and all that. So it's really a cool event. So that was Thursday. Ended up going to studios, got to do pilot seats, the Han Solo seat on Smuggler's Run. Went and saw Muppets because possibly one of the last times I get to see that, although it's probably going to be later. Now they've got the AP, I'll probably get to go back again because that's supposed to end up becoming Monsters Incorporated, Muppets. And then went back to the hotel and crashed out. Did some work.
Yep.
Friday, you flew in, so that was another. I slept through the alarm again because I was going to get up.
I don't believe you set the alarm either day. Just
no,
FYI.
I did. Friday, you fly in, so I ended up going out to MCO to pick you up around 7. We went and grabbed a nice breakfast at First Watch. We've found a First Watch.
Well, we went to Target first.
Yeah, there's a Target on one side of I-4, and on the other side is a First Watch for breakfast. That's a good spot to go. It gets some of the run crowd, but not a lot.
Yeah, but you always see a few people.
Yeah, I see a few people there, but that's a good spot. It's halfway between the parks, or between the entrance where we stay at Wyndham. It's about halfway between there and SeaWorld, maybe a little bit closer to SeaWorld. So anyway, it's a good little spot to go. Did that Friday. Then what did we do Friday?
We went looking for
the expo.
But yeah, but we went to Disney Springs first.
Went to Disney Springs.
And then we went to the expo.
Yep. Went to the expo. We didn't see anybody.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Oh, yeah. Emily went total 100%. If you have not seen this Facebook video, I'm going to pull up one of the most hilarious Facebook videos you have ever seen in your life. Because if you think I go nuts for some of the parks creators, and I did do that, get a chance to do that later on in the trip, and we'll get to that. Emily, I've never seen someone lose their S.
So
like
wait,
Emily Walker lost her S on Friday at the expo.
But let me preface it. There is a video. I know y'all find this shocking on TikTok. That is these young girls, and when I say young, they're in their mid-20s, early to mid-20s.
Right, so this is Lexi.
Okay.
And I had seen them this fall. They had run a half marathon as a caterpillar, and they were attached by like those tubes that kids would crawl through, like, you know, just very flexible, whatever. But they were attached, and I think there were 5 of the girls were running.
Yeah. All right. Hey, here it is.
As a caterpillar, let's go. We'll see how long this lasts. Mile 1, mile 2, mile 3, mile 4, mile 5, mile 6, mile 7, mile 8, mile 9, mile 10, mile 11, mile 12.
So I loved it. I have watched that video. I just can't imagine. I can't imagine. So then, of course, with TikTok, then it starts my FYP page, right?
Right.
So Lexi, like I watched them. Lexi is the blonde-haired girl, and I have watched her, and then I have watched Isabel and Izzy. There's Isabel and Izzy. So I have watched their videos as they come up. And I mean, I just love them. They live in Utah. They live in Salt Lake. And they're just like, hey, they run in shorts in the snow. They're just fun. They're just fun girls. You can tell it's a genuine friendship. And they love to run. They had done the Honolulu Marathon. I just have been following them. And I just like them. So anyway, I knew that they were going to be doing the marathon at Disney because they had been saying 2 weeks till Disney marathon, blah, blah. So I was like, well, there's no way I'll see them. Mm-hmm. Well, we're walking in.
As we're walking up, and this is right outside the big entrance to Disney's Wide World of Sports. We're going up to go to the expo, and here they are coming out.
I freaked out. I said,
I
literally ran up to him like, oh my God, you're the girls from TikTok. I was like, oh my God. I was like, and all I could remember was Lexi's name. I was so embarrassed because I was like, I know you girls. I was like, you all are so inspiring and so fun and just so genuine. And like, it was like, I couldn't stop smiling.
Yeah,
I just
couldn't. It was a cool moment, folks. I mean, seriously, it was a cool moment to get it. And then, and that was before we shot the video because, I mean, it was one of those moments you wanted to have it like a natural, just totally, just a moment.
Right.
So then it's like, can I shoot a video? So
right. I was like, hey, we have a podcast. Could I just do a quick video? And they were like, yeah. And Lexi, and she's 26, so she's the same age as James. I think that's what I heard on one of her videos. But she looked at me and she's like, and what is your name?
Right.
And I was like, Emily. And I was like you're ever gonna remember that?
Okay, save it. All right, here's the video.
All right, so this is Lexi. Yes. I'm sorry. Isabel. It's Lizzie. And I follow them. I know all my fans will be surprised. On TikTok. And I went to do marathons. They're the Caterpillar girls or everything. And I found them. Can we get a picture?
Yeah, so they did, and they ended up getting a picture with you.
And there were lots of people who were like, they were popular. Like, people knew who they were.
Oh yeah, because
people knew who they were.
The only ones who
but like
grabbed them.
So. Oh my gosh, they were just the nicest girls.
Yeah.
So then, can I go ahead and finish
Keep
out?
going.
Okay.
No. Save that because we got to go through all the days. So save that. So we do the expo.
We see him again.
We do see him again, but it's really you get the chance to tell the story about the moment seeing them later in the week. So we go in the expo. It is kind of cool because that's where we finally got to meet Manny and Jonathan, both at the expo a couple years ago.
A couple years ago.
That's
the first time.
Yeah, we've got the first time we got to meet them.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, go in the expo. You found a new line.
I did. I'm hoping that I'll be able to wear where if I don't, Caroline will. But yes, I did find a new running line there. Naughty something. I'll let y'all know if I end up liking it or not. But I did. I bought 4 pieces from them, so we'll see.
I sent you the code that they sent out because I got the emails from them. I'm trying to find. I got so many emails.
Anyway, yes, we had fun at the expo.
Oh, do we have a bag from them?
Upstairs.
Oh, it's upstairs. Okay. So anyway, found somebody new at the expo. Expo goes smooth, no issues. Merch was merch was okay. I mean, I only ended up buying the finisher shirt and the magnet for the half marathon. Of course, I'm wearing with the shirt we get. But you can buy. They've got all kinds of stuff. The pass holder merch was very disappointing. I mean, spirit jerseys. I just don't do spirit jerseys. But overall, the expo was okay. We were in and out. We didn't spend as long as we did the last time,
or as much money.
As much money. So left there and ended up we had dinner at Wine Bar George. Wine Bar George was hilarious.
Oh my gosh,
we sat in the bar at Wine Bar George. And if you don't know what Wine Bar George is, truly is a wine focused food and beverage at Disney Springs. That's become a new fave of ours. But the bar entertainment was hilarious. And, of course, we were sitting there like, all right, what's the story here? What's the story here? And
we had fun. Every time I turn around, Sam's like ordered another glass of wine. I'm like, hello.
We ended up with a full bottle, which talking to our waitress before we checked, she said, oh.
Because Sam said it would have been cheaper for us to buy the whole bottle. She's like, no, each glass is as if you divided it by 4 or whatever.
Whatever a bottle was.
Yeah.
So however many pour, that's that. And that's one of the cool things about that place. So yeah, that was through Friday. We'll get to more on our Disney Marathon weekend excursion in just a moment. But first, we got to thank some of our corporate champions, including Adinkra Yoga Studio.
Rooted in faithfulness, harmony, benevolence, and love, Adinkra Yoga Studios in Currituck offers practices that are centered on the 8 limbs of yoga to create a diverse community where all are welcome to show up and be well. Keisha is an Army veteran, former elementary school teacher, and an advocate for mind and body well-being. Adinkra Yoga Studios has a wide variety of classes for all ages and levels from beginner to advanced, including gentle, chair, heated, slow flow, restorative, yoga nidra, and even private sessions. Not only in her studio at 2870 Currituck Highway in Currituck, but also out in the community. Drop-in classes start as low as $15, and you'll find a variety of membership levels that's just right for you. For more info and to book a class now, visit adinkrayogastudios.com. That's ADINKRA yogastudios.com.
All right, also thanks to Miles Carpet Cleaning. The holidays have come and gone, and those carpets, rugs, and upholstery, they are showing all the signs of the entertaining and family visits. Now's the time to call Miles Carpet Cleaning and get it all looking like new again. Serving Currituck and the Outer Banks, Miles Carpet Cleaning family has been cleaning things up on both sides of the water for the last 9 years. If you're wondering why I'm dragging here, I got to get the graphics up. We had an issue with the graphics. I don't know why. The program is getting all screwy on me. Where is the Miles graphic? There it is. We want to make sure we get them all back on the screen here. There they are. Call now. Get the Miles Carpet Cleaning Special. 3 rooms and a hallway clean plus deodorizer, all for just $99. That's right. Get those carpets clean for just $99. Call now, 252-207-6707. And find more great offers by following Miles Carpet Cleaning on Facebook. Forget the rest. Call the best. Miles Carpet Cleaning, 252-207-6707. That's 252-207-6707.
All right. Thanks to Sanctuary Vineyards, Chowder and Chili is back. Join Sanctuary Vineyards every Saturday in January to savor exquisite cuisine crafted by Chef David Garrington, complemented by exquisite wine, live music, and delightful company. This Saturday from noon to 3, choose from lobster bisque or cowboy chili, plus cornbread and your favorite wine, and enjoy music from the band du jour. It's chowder and chili every Saturday in January at Sanctuary Vineyards in Jarvisburg. Get your tickets, and for more info, visit sanctuaryvineyards.com.
All right, and of course, we don't want to forget to remind you that, hey, we're coming up on a big party. That's right, the big party.
Yes.
You've got the big party. Next page.
I have it. My bad.
That's okay.
My bad. I'm trying to respond to make sure everyone's good. I'm sorry. You're invited. You are invited to celebrate with us at the first anniversary of Sam Walker, obxnews.com, and the Salmon Inn podcast at Sanctuary Vineyards. Join us Friday, February 7th at 7 p.m. for a live taping of the Salmon Inn podcast. And we'll have food from CoinJock Catering Company and wine tastings from the cellars of Sanctuary Vineyards. Hang out with us and celebrate at the Sam Walker, obxnews.com first anniversary party, Friday, February 7th, starting at 7 p.m. at Sanctuary Vineyards in Jarvisburg.
All right, so we are ready to go with race day. For us, the half marathon on Saturday, which is Donald and Daisy themed as far as the medals go. You got the medal handy, or did you slide that? You put them somewhere. Can you get it? Is it close enough, or did you slide it? Well, they were sitting here, weren't they? Or are they upstairs?
I think they might still be upstairs.
I think you're right. They're upstairs. Well, we've got it. The medal looks basically what the bib looks like. All right, well, let's get into it. I didn't show any of our photos from the expo, did I? Which we didn't get. Did we do? We did photos.
Yeah,
of the
we
expo.
did do photos. We did the.
They're out of order. I know that's why. The way the post is done.
We did Daffy. We did Donald and Daffy, and then we did the mine train.
No, we didn't do Donald and Daisy.
Donald and Daisy. Yes, we did.
Oh, we did do them. We just didn't do them the race day. That we did them at.
We did them at the expo.
We didn't do them post race. That's
yes,
right.
Sir.
Okay.
Because the line post race was insane, but we were able to jump in with Dopey.
Yeah, it was pretty insane.
Even though we didn't do Dopey, we jumped in.
All right, so what am I looking for? I'm looking for the screen capture. Okay.
So alarm goes off at 2. It went off at 2:15.
Right.
I think I hit snooze once, but we were out the door by 3:05.
Yeah. We missed the group photo, unfortunately, for Kelsey's Hope.
Yeah. You were a little bit like, I always forget how like methodical you are.
Oh, yeah,
like,
I am.
Trying to get his bib on right, and that was like 5 minutes. I wanted to like just take it from him and do it, but I did good. And then we got in the car, and your one magnet fell off, and you had to keep looking for it. And I was like, oh my god, we're never gonna get it. I was like, I want to just get to the corral. So we did miss the photo. Well, we went by and said hey to Kelsey's Hope and got our picture.
And we were already missing the photo.
Matt.
Even by the time we got in the parking lot, we were already missing it. So it wasn't like
and it was cold.
It was cold, and then it rained.
Yes,
that's one reason why we don't have any pre-race photos, because it rained. We thankfully had got the emergency blankets, and we're covered with those.
And we had an extra that we already gave to a young lady from Chicago area,
which we do it. I do that intentionally. I always have an extra that just in case, because. But to come to find out, well, no, we couldn't have got those. We'd done one of the previous races. We could have got all we wanted.
And it was her first half.
It was her first half marathon.
Yeah, she was fun. And then we met the other lady. There were 5 of us. The one lady kind of disappeared. I don't know. I think she was meeting a friend or something who lived in Orlando. But we all talked, and then we met another lady who is from Jacksonville or some Tampa, somewhere right around there.
Right, she was the local.
But we had a good time just talking races, talking strategies, and the one girl, she'd been training for this being her first, and she was just like, "Oh, should I worry about this? Should I worry about this?" I was like, "Honey, you've trained. Yeah. There's nothing you can do now." No. It's kind of like me taking my boards. You know, it's like you've done all you could do. You take them and do what you could do. But she was really good, and the lady that was the other lady, she was really cool too. She and I saw her. It's crazy. We never saw each other after we took off. Mm-hmm. But the one lady that was local, she had these braids put in her hair that were like bubblegum pink and blue. And so when we were cheering outside of studios, I was like, "Hey, girl."
Oh, during the full.
Hey, girl. During the full. I was like, "Hey, girl," because she was doing Dopey.
Yeah.
And, of course, she had
her headphones in.
And she was also down to less than a 5K. So she probably didn't even. But I was like, "You go. you
Yeah.
got this.
So
anyway.
we did. It was a little different with the pre-race because of the rain. That kind of changed the pre-race entertainment. But overall, and we were in Corral E, which when we got our bibs was a little like, uh-oh, what have we done? Well, Corral E wasn't a bad place to be, honestly. What do you think? We'll get to that. It probably would have been nicer to have been at least in D. We would have probably we would have felt a little better at mile 12. It would have been a little more confident, or at least not so panicked. Anyway, race course was new this year. There were some alterations to it.
I loved it.
It was a great course. I'm going to go through the photos here just so we can kind of go. Mile 1, pretty much standard with coming out of the start, going left, you're going down World Drive. Now, the one thing we didn't do was go through the toll gates. You noticed that.
Yeah.
Which they had because of the way they had the traffic set up.
Yeah.
So go right out. You're on mile 1 and you've already got one overpass to do. That was one thing about it. And it's one of the overpasses. So you're on the Cloverleaf.
You felt it.
Because it's the Cloverleaf, so it's got the angle, that about 9 to 10 degree angle that really is a little difficult to run. But the one thing about it, and I talked to Ruby about it when she got here tonight, was this course, they did a great job of keeping you entertained throughout.
Yeah, I just didn't feel like when I do the other half marathons I've done, there's a big section where I'm like, oh my God, is this ever going to be over? This I did not feel once.
Yeah.
Not once was like
yeah,
it was a good course. I loved it.
Great character stops. We did not do any character stops. We usually don't, just because the lines are just too long. Mile 2, which is out on World Drive, is before you get to the toll gate. So we got to see the toll gate. Now,
are you trying to put up pictures because they're not showing?
Oh, they're not showing. Okay. Well, I've been showing some of these earlier, so that's the one thing. All right. In the past, and this was the whole goal of me doing this race is it was my first chance to run through Magic Kingdom. Right. But the one thing you didn't do in the past, you ran through the Magic Kingdom toll gates, went to the right towards Contemporary, and came in the park for the Contemporary side. This time, though, with the construction being finished of all the big interchanges, you now go to the left, so you're going towards Polynesian, Grand Floridian, going in for Grand Floridian over on the walking path. So that was different. That was the big change. Now, the section after mile 3, where it narrows down to 2 lanes, they're doing a lot of road construction over there by shades of green, still tied with the construction of the Polynesian DVC resort. So there was narrow road, not a lot of lighting, no real entertainment. It had rain, so there was water and sand right up against the road that people were running through. It was a little bit of a mess. You had some people turn into a-holes and do the runners, walkers on the right thing. Overall, though, good experience there. Then we get to go, where was mile 4? Mile 4 was before. Okay, was mile 4 before we got on the... Yeah, mile 4 was at Grand Floridian. We did get the picture of... there was a cat from Marie from Aristocats. Thought that was cool for Harper. And then out we come onto the path. There's a walking path that connects Polynesian, Grand Floridian, and Magic Kingdom. And for the first time, they had all the floats for the electrical water pageant.
Yeah, they were out.
Which is really cool. That I've seen a lot of people comment. That was a cool moment. That was cool that they had done that. So got some great pictures there. Mile 5 is out on that walkway before you get to Magic Kingdom. And then we get to run through Magic Kingdom.
Yes.
Which was pretty cool.
Magical.
Just before the sun had started coming up, it was still cloudy, so we didn't have the true sunrise in the park, but pictures really turned out well. We got, you go through Adventureland. There's Jack and Barbosa. Oh, yeah, coming through Frontierland. The Hitchhiking Ghosts were coming out. We didn't get to see them up on top above Country Bear. But still got a great to see them. That is such cool. That makeup they do and how they're able to do that so it looks just like them. That's pretty cool. Helps with the black lighting, sure. So you got a lot of great shots there. Mansion, of course, we got Small World.
I was getting a little grumpy with him at this point.
Yeah, because I was trying to.
He was wanting to get a picture at every. I didn't know that was the plan. I didn't know every. Yeah. So I was like, oh my God, we just got one here. Oh my God, we got to turn around here. And I was like, what do you mean you want? And anyway, so I was getting a little grumpy.
Partner statue.
This was not my first rodeo.
Yeah, I know. Tomorrowland. We've got all the pictures on the photo pass as well. Those are later on. Go through Tomorrowland. So got all the pictures that I love, the places I love, People Mover, etc. Carousel Progress. Mile 7 is back out towards TTC between the Contemporary and TTC. Of course, you got to run under the aqueduct there, which is kind of a challenge. It can be because it's that down and up, and you're over halfway. That's when we got to see one of the Tutu guys, the one that Thomas who was not too long ago on Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. So we got to see him. Did you get a picture?
Well, we saw both of them actually. The other guy,
that's right.
The other guy was wearing a sweater.
Yeah, because they were dressed as the
mice
and
rescuers.
Rescuers. Thank you. There's Piglet. TTC. Then we get back out on World Drive, mile 9, and between mile 9 and mile 10.
So we're doing our run walk, and this person comes up to me, and she's like, Donna? And I was like, no. And I'm looking at her, like, oh my God. And I could not, like, it took me, I was like, Indianapolis. And it was, Deanna, gosh, now I can't think of how to say her last name. Anyway, I met her in Indianapolis doing Deanna Moreland Suskovich. I met her when I met Donna, but Donna and I had met around mile 5 in the pouring rain. And then with maybe 4 miles left, we met her and we all finished together. And you become Facebook friends, and she's done, like, since I met her last year in Indianapolis, she's done Ireland Marathon, Honolulu Marathon. She was telling us about that. So anyway, we're talking to her, kind of just taking our time at this point. It wasn't, we were just kind of walking and talking. And then someone said, we get up to the top of the overpass, and you can see
at mile 11.
Yeah, and you can see the balloon ladies are like right behind. Like we had like maybe a half mile between us. Yeah,
so we got to mile 11. And you see the photo that we're on right now. We go over that overpass over World Drive, look down at the beginning of the on ramp. Now, we'll say the cool thing about that on ramp is that is one of those kind of wall points. And you've got the tailgaters out there. DW mentions them in his email that I'll read later. It's really cool. Let me give but anyway, they are the tailgaters, and they're out there, and they are hilarious, but they're in a great spot. Well, the balloon ladies are there. We're not sure what the balloon ladies are. They do a 16-minute pace. 16-minute pace is the maximum you're allowed to do at any time Disney race. 5K doesn't have them, but the 10K and higher, and any of the other long distances, 10K and higher, have the balloon ladies. And the balloon ladies are your point that if you get behind them, you're going to get swept.
Well, and you have to understand, they're the very last ones to start the race.
Right.
They do keep a 16-minute pace.
Yeah.
But they are not, you could be swept
before
the balloon ladies.
They're not official.
They are not official.
They are.
But everyone does, and Disney kind of does go with it, but they are not official. Right. So just for that.
Right.
So anyway, I looked at Deanna, I was like, we're going to kind of book it.
And she's doing dopey, so she's having to try and just kind of keep an even pace because she's got to try and survive on Sunday.
Right. Yeah. No, I don't think she was dopey.
Yeah, because on Sunday we got a text from her. She got swept. Remember, you checked on her.
No, that was a different friend.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh.
Yeah, I don't think she did dopey. I think she did the half only.
Okay.
I will double check real quick, but I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
And
so anyway, we do 11, 12, which is right outside the buses at Epcot. Epcot, we didn't really run through a lot of Epcot this time, where this race did not go through World Showcase. It didn't go behind backstage, other than backstage of Seas. Just a short bit. You come out basically at the new Moana, the water attraction. You cut straight across Celebration. The new World Celebration, they call it now. Then go through Connections. We did get near the partner statue. You can see the partner statue behind us on that shot. Or not the partner statue, the Walt statue, the new Walt statue, and Spaceship Earth. And then we're out. And the funniest thing, we get to mile 13. So you go backstage behind Test Track, which is under construction. That's goes around underneath of Guardians, between the two Guardians buildings. You come out by the employee entrance gate. There's the choir that's always there. Who did I see that had a kid singing in the choir? Someone that we know. Their kid was singing in the choir.
Was it one of your podcasters?
No, yeah, it is actually. It's one of the guys off of Blue Sky, who he used to be called Drunk at Disney, but he's no longer. He changed that. So anyway, his daughter was one of the choir for the marathon. Cool. So anyway, you come out, and the home stretch, there's mile 13 sign with Nemo and Dory, and the sign that says mile 13, which lights up, it's connected to the sign, had fallen off. So people were literally holding that sign to get their pictures. And we're like, we're not doing the whole sign. Let's just get this done and get over with. Because we were close. We were close with that balloon lady thing. And then we finished.
So, but let's just be real. So we were in E, which really shouldn't have been a big deal.
Right.
I do not do bathroom stops on races. Because I'll be very honest, part of the problem is I'm sweaty.
Yeah.
And pulling up, it is a difficult thing in a porta potty to have to pull leggings up, get them in. You get chafed if you don't get it right. So, like, I really do not use a porta potty on a trip, on a race, if I don't have to.
Right.
Our friend Sam here.
We
had 3 potty breaks, my friends.
Okay.
You had 3 potty breaks.
Up. That's because I probably overhydrate. Okay. I am a stickler for. I'm drinking my full on Gatorade, the Gatorade the type that I drink, which does overhydrate, super hydrate you, Gator Light, before the race, and every water stop I'm hitting water, and in most of them I'm also hitting the Powerade.
Okay.
And I am a stickler for that because after the experience I had in Richmond officiating and getting dehydrated, I never want to have to go through that again. I will stop and pee 100 times to avoid that.
Okay. Can I finish?
Okay.
All right. So, very well hydrated Sam Walker had to stop 3 times. So we lost about 10 minutes there.
Right.
We stopped at every mile marker. It's at least 30 seconds.
Yeah.
At each one.
Right.
So there's another 6 minutes.
Yeah.
We won't talk about the time that we lost in Magic, which is fine. What I'm trying to say is, and when we met up with my friend, we like slowed our pace down to like 18, 19 minute mile.
Yeah.
So it's not a big deal, but I'm saying we did have to push it at the end.
Right.
But we really didn't if we hadn't done all the stops, is what I'm trying to say. We lost about a half hour in just potty breaks and picture breaks.
And I wanted the photo pass picture in front of the castle.
Right. And that was a good 5-7 minutes that we waited.
So that was the only true character stop we did.
Right.
Which shows you that unless you are in a B, maybe C, or you are pushing your pace when there is nothing to not push your pace, you got to push your pace.
Right.
And we had talked about that going into this, that we were going to try and push our pace on Epcot Center Drive the first 3 miles because
and we stuck
and
to
we
our,
did
we stuck to it.
Yeah.
Now after we made it through, we didn't stick to 30-30 as well, but we were doing it when we made it. Wasn't because we were dying, it was just because we were just like
yeah, we're okay. Yeah.
So we did finish. We met up with my friend Donna,
right,
who finished Dopey. I'm so proud of her. And then I literally said hey to Donna. Again, I cannot express to you, there are thousands of people. I think it ended up being like almost 19,000 people ran that half marathon. 19,000.
Yes.
So we've already seen this lady that I met in Indianapolis randomly. We met up with Donna. Yeah. We turn around literally from Donna, and I hear Emily, and it's Caroline Fernandez, who lives in Hawaii, who I met at the Lululemon store in Williamsburg.
Right.
Hello. What are the odds?
Yep.
We take our picture with Dopey.
Yep.
Hang out, and we're like, all right, we are going back, trying to figure out what we're doing.
There's Caroline. Yeah.
And we literally are walking out, and I'm like, Cindy Copley.
Uh-huh.
Who is she's just an amazing woman in general.
Yeah. Her
life story, her faith, what she does. She's just an amazing person.
Yeah.
But her talent and her running costumes, y'all look her up. They are amazing. Go back.
Yeah.
My very first Disney race, I saw her pre-race, and she's a beautiful lady too. I saw this woman. I'm like, wow, she's pretty. And that's a pretty intense costume. It was Snow White. Well, it was Cindy. And through the years, I became a Facebook friend of hers, but also just every single costume she makes, or if you're lucky enough or blessed enough to get to wear one of her costumes, it's just amazing. She's just amazing. Yeah. And again, it's kind of like those girls, right?
Right.
So I'm like, I don't really think she knows who I am. And she says, Emily, Sam. And I was like, you know us? She's like, of course I do. I listen to your podcast. I was like, no.
Oh,
like I was grinning freaking ear to ear. And bless her heart, she had started, I think she was able to finish the 5K, but she had tweaked her knee. Her husband had hurt his back, didn't even make it. Like they were literally leaving to fly and he hurt his back.
Oh.
And she gets here and hurts her knee, but she still has a spirit about her. She's still smiling. She was bringing 2 skirts to ladies, whom we saw, both of those ladies in the marathon wearing them.
Yep.
And I just was like, I just could not stop grinning. She knows us.
I know.
And she's like,
Thank you, Cindy.
And she's like, I love your podcast. I love it when you had your friend on from growing up, and I love this. I'm like, she really listens to the podcast.
Listen, yes.
Like, oh my gosh, it just was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, it was awesome. Like, I'm telling you, this weekend was just filled with nothing but like really good. Like,
so if you're not listening, if you're not watching the podcast, Cindy's on the screen right now with a mini costume. She's got the Letterman jacket with the mini hat that looks like the mini hat from Runaway Railway. And then these yellow New Balance just are perfect. I mean, she's immaculate.
Well, those New Balances are probably the old, not old, but like they are probably the New Balance was what they had years ago.
But she's got the little bows, the little silver bows on the bottom. Yeah. I don't think you can see that because I got the lower third.
There's nothing from head to toe that she does not. When she does a costume, she does it all. It's just amazing. So anyway, then we went back to the hotel, ordered a pizza, and slept all day.
Pizza Hut and DoorDash DoorDash Pizza Hut. Pro tip: don't ever buy Disney pizza. It's the worst pizza unless you
go into Via Napoli.
Inside Via Napoli, which the outside stand was okay.
It's not.
That's not. Inside, sit down Via Napoli at Epcot. That's the only decent pizza on property.
Yes.
All right. Let's. So we've won the half marathon. What did we do Saturday night?
We went to Raglan Road.
Did dinner at Raglan Road. That was great, as it always is. You got the Cook's chicken and chips. Mm-hmm. I went with their chicken chicken pot pie essentially, and that was very good. Anything from Raglan Road is always good. A couple Guinness, passed out. And then Sunday came with the full marathon, and we'll get to that in a moment. But first, let's thank some more of our corporate champions here on the Sam
and M
podcast. Ready to dive into something new? Caribbean Pools and Spas, the official pool and spa service company of the Sam and M podcast, is already getting ready for the 2025 season. Caribbean Pools and Spas is looking for dedicated individuals who enjoy being outdoors and want to create unforgettable experiences for our customers. With outstanding pay, instant incentives, flexible weekly schedules, hands-on training, and full support from the great Caribbean Pools and Spas management team that will back you up. If you have a pool and spa at your home or your vacation rental, or are ready to add one this off-season, Caribbean Pools and Spas is already signing up customers for service next year. And they can design and install the custom pool and spa you've been dreaming of, from Corolla to South Nags Head and everywhere in between. Call today, 252-480-2900. That's 252-480-2900. Or visit CaribbeanOBX.com. Whether you're an experienced pro or just starting out, Caribbean is the best pool and spa service company to work for and work with on the Outer Banks. I should know. I work for them too and love it. Join our team and make a splash with the official pool and spa service company of the Sam and M podcast, Caribbean Pools and Spas.
Right.
All right, we're back.
And thanks to author Jan Dawson. From the Outer Banks comes a perfect escape to cozy up with one of these cold winter nights. Cozy up with on these cold winter nights. I was like, why does that not sound right? Jan Dawson's Hatteras Island novels. Whether it's the rekindled love in storm season with a heartwarming Christmas ending or a new romance after heartbreak in Hooked on You, these stories will whisk readers away to the sun, sand, and unforgettable love. You can find Storm Season and Hooked on You at all local Outer Banks bookstores and on Amazon. And get ready for Tangled Lines, the final episode in the Outer Banks themed trilogy that comes later this year, all by 2024's best-selling author on Hatteras Island, Jan Dawson.
All right, I got a comma in there now to cozy up with on these cold winter nights. Okay, I just fixed the script. Okay, I'll say thanks to CMIT Solutions of the Outer Banks. Now, when it comes to managing your business, it's important to have the right technology. That's why CMIT works to help businesses. Short for Completely Managed Information Technology, CMIT offers everything a business needs. Their services include tech support, computer and server security, cloud backup, secure Wi-Fi, business phones, and more. With CMIT's help, your technology will stay up and running. For more information, go to CMITOBX.com. So it's Sunday, which is marathon day. We definitely did not make it to cheer at the start. But we didn't really have a plan for Sunday other than we were meeting up with Donna for dinner at Disney Springs. At Wolfgang Puck. And your cousin Carrie was going to be able to make it in time, so we were going to meet up with her. So we were going to have a nice dinner that night. But we really didn't have a plan. Our original plan was just going to go to Epcot. Carrie was supposed to make it earlier in the day. We were going to go, but with all the weather in Ohio and getting down, it just didn't work out. So we were like, all right, well, let's.
Well, we knew we might want to go when we went to bed on Saturday. We were like, it'd be nice to go and cheer on Donna.
Yes.
We did know that, but we weren't like setting alarms.
No. And we were like, all right, where's the spots? We were trying to scout out the spots. Would be the ones that you really needed that boost. Mm-hmm. Well, you can't do the Blizzard Beach parking lot because that's not a public area. We looked at maybe Coronado Springs because that's a place you can get to, but trying to get to certain places during the race is next to impossible. You could end up getting caught in traffic. It just doesn't work out. But you can get to the 4 parks, or at least you can get to one specific park, which we knew, Animal Kingdom, is easy to get to during a race because the way the course was set up this year. There was, not going to be road closures going in or coming out. So we really worked it out well. It's like, all right, well, let's go to Animal Kingdom. We can maybe see her in the park if we catch it right, because that's really the only place you can see them.
Right.
And then the idea came about, all right, well, if we're going to do this, let's just go to all 4 parks and get our pictures.
With our medals.
And with our medals at all 4 parks. And that's what we did. So we started at Animal Kingdom. Let me get the right screen up here. Not like in that picture because my shirt tail was hanging out in front. So anyway, so we did get the photo pass opportunities in front of each of the 4 icons. And we got, there's some good ones.
So, y'all, we did get there. Like, we get parked at Animal Kingdom and we are like way out, and we missed the tram. And I'm like, we got to go. Because we had to buy my ticket, too. Like, at this point, I didn't have a ticket into the parks.
Right.
So we were like, are we allowed? Like, we didn't know if we were allowed to, like, you had to go on a tram. And they're like, no, just watch for other cars. So we're booking it through the park. Like, we were running. And I was like, well, damn, this is like a marathon of our own.
I know.
But we get through, go through security, get the ticket. I'm like, how long does it take to buy tickets for the people in front of us? Right. They really weren't that long, but I was like anxious. Yeah. And then we book it into the park. And as we're running into the park, we see people kind of coming from the direction that we were going to go. And I was like, have they already, like, where are they? And Donna, by the way, at this point is texting us where she is. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, she's at mile whatever. Like, she's probably a mile away when we got to the parking lot. So I knew we had about 16 minutes. So anyway, we just missed her. When we got to that location, we literally had just missed her. But we were like, okay, we can still see you. So we rush over to the other part of the park.
To Dinoland USA.
To Dinoland.
Which is getting ready to close.
And we saw her. We're like, Donna. And she came over and we gave a hug, got a picture, and we kept on. And we're like, we will see you at Studios. So we go and get in line because at this point we hadn't done our picture yet for the tree of life. So we get in line for the tree of life. And this older couple comes up behind us in line. Now, remember, Disney is the happiest place on earth.
The most magical place on earth is Florida.
Yeah.
The happiest place on earth is Disney.
Excuse me. So the most magical.
But yes.
So this couple gets behind us, and they're probably in their mid to late 70s, which I'm impressed they were there.
Yeah, I know.
And this lady is just you can't miss it. She's just very, very unhappy. And we were like, oh, good morning. And she's like, this is not a good morning. Like, that's literally what she said. And I was like, oh. And she's like, Disney's terrible. They don't know what they're doing. And I'm looking at Sam like, please don't say anything. Please don't say anything.
I didn't say a word.
But I'm looking at him like just please. And she's like, they don't know what they're doing. It took us 2 hours to get here. Nobody knows what's open, what's not open, how to get here. Da 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 da. And I said, and her husband was trying to be like, he's like, we come every year, and he said, we usually come in February. No, we didn't. The last 3 years we came in January. And I'm like, well, there are other weekends of January, so it might not have been a run weekend.
Weekend.
And because I said at one point in her complaining, I mean, y'all, it was a tirade. I was like, I guess if you're not a runner or supporting a runner, this might not be the best weekend to come. And she's like, I know weekend's a good time to come. And da 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 da. And the poor husband, I'm feeling bad for him. So then I'm like, oh, well, where are y'all from? And he said, California. And I said, now at this point, I'm thinking, this poor man has had to probably put up with grumpy lady the whole time. No. And I said, are you all okay? Is your home okay? Oh, that's just a conspiracy thing. It's really not as bad as they're making it. And it was because of like everything he said. I was like, I don't think that's right. Yeah. I don't think that's right. and then at this point they had 2 PhotoPass photographers, and at this point the one on the other, like we're in line, it's one line, and then they're just taking you one by one. So she calls us over, and I said, oh, thank God. I said, you've saved us. I said, that couple over there, they are extremely grumpy. And so the lady said, we're just going to sit here and talk until I see that they're pulled up by the other photographer, and then I'm going to take your picture.
Yeah, because she was not getting them. We were helping that cast member out.
Oh my gosh,
immensely.
Those people, I hope that their trip, and I felt like they were going to be there for the rest of the week. Like, I don't know, but that lady,
hopefully their trip went much better the rest of the week.
It was so funny, y'all. It was so funny. But so we then book it back to the car, and we get to studios.
Okay, so we get to studios, and park at studios. We're driving, by the way, because we can. And that was really the only way you could guarantee you're going to get through with the time-wise. So get to studios. We got to studios fairly early compared to where Donna was on the course. We had plenty of time for her. But there was another person that we were looking for, and that's Jonathan Siebert. Now, Jonathan, in case you haven't seen before, we've shared he's a very, very, just his remarkable story. He has gone through a lot of health challenges throughout his life. He was told as a child he would never be able to run. Like, literally, the doctor said, you will not be able to run. Mm-hmm. Well, he ended up signing up for Dopey. He was signed up with Manny Runs Disney, and we've interviewed Manny here on the show. Manny, great Run Disney follow on YouTube because the content he does, he'll do race vlogs where he'll take, run through each race, and he'll chop it up and post it. And it's really cool. If you want to see what we get to see as Run Disney participants, Manny's a great person to follow. So Manny was going to do the challenge with Jonathan. Manny gets there. He lives in San Antonio. He's been there since, I think, Monday or Sunday or Monday. He had messaged me, hey, when are you getting in? We were going to try to hook up. And then does the 5K and comes down with the flu.
I think he did the 5 and 10K.
Oh, yeah, he did the 10K.
I don't think he did the half or the full.
No, he didn't. No, he did not come out of the room.
No, I mean, he was really, really sick.
He was really sick.
And he was supposed to do with Jonathan.
He was doing it with Jonathan.
To do the marathon for sure.
Yeah. So, no, they were doing all 4 races together.
So then maybe he didn't do the 10K. Okay,
yeah, they were doing all 4 races together.
I felt like he did.
So we were like, all right, well, we can track everyone kind of, sort of. It's not a great tracker, but at least is based off your times as you cross certain points on the course. So we're like, all right, well, let's figure out if we can see Jonathan. So we found a great spot. I don't know if I can pull the pictures up, the video. I'm not going to try because I do have the Jonathan video.
So it was right outside of
Right
studios.
outside
We did not go into
studios,
studios.
ticket where you go in, where you scan your tickets in. So we posted up there, but we were there probably a good 15 minutes before Jonathan came
probably
through.
almost like
20,
25. Yeah.
And ended up cheering, but we could see everyone coming out of the backstage area by the entrance to studios. So you had a real nice long opportunity to spot if you were looking for someone, but you could also spot all the different runners and seeing all the cool costumes. But you could also see the runners who were having a great time and who had doing the challenge. They're down to their last 5K and they just look like they've done nothing. But you can also see the ones who are really struggling, who may not make it that last 5K. Mm-hmm. And that was pretty damn cool.
It was just cool because you could give you would be like, hey, you've got this, and they would look up and you could see some of them were crying. Yeah. Some, I mean, it's just a grueling process. It is. And if you're doing dopey, it's even more grueling because you've already done 3 races. You haven't even gotten halfway done with your challenge until mile 2 of the marathon. Yeah, and then it's Disney. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot on the line, a lot of training, a lot of everything. And people have the costumes and you're like, I see you, Daisy, or I see you. And some people have their names on it. And some people gave us hot fist pumps. Some people gave us hugs. They didn't even know us. Yeah. And then we got to see Jonathan. And we're like, Jonathan. Oh, and Kelsey's Hope, obviously, we were like, Kelsey, we see you. Crew. Go crew.
Let's go crew.
And like we were just yelling for everybody. I'm telling you, I got more out of cheering on than I think I've ever gotten the satisfaction from running a race. And I do get satisfaction from running races, but I'm telling you, it was the most it fills your soul with happiness.
It does.
It just does.
It really does. And so we get, I'm trying to get the audio.
We had one lady who.
Hold on. Yeah.
One lady came out that chute, so to speak, and was sobbing. And she went over to her family, was right there. And she kind of sat down, and we thought she was just regrouping. Well, she was regrouping, where she was taking off her tennis shoe and putting on an UFA slide or a flip-flop type thing because she had blisters that were bleeding. Yeah. Like, it was bad.
It was brutal. So here's Jonathan coming out. Jonathan!
You can tell we've yelled Jonathan a time or two in our life.
So there you go. And you can see how just that where we were talking about with the shoot there and all. So anyway, that was probably one of the coolest moments. We got to see Donna a short time later as she came out. So we got to cheer her. Then we went in and got our pictures in studios.
Well, we actually did that in between the two.
Oh, we did do that in between two. We were able to do that inside in front of Runaway Railway. These are all out of order, by the way, just the way they're posted. So we do that. Went to the Falcon and got one. A few. Oh, that was the Olaf was a magic shot. I didn't even notice it. I was trying to send those to you as I was. So there you go. There's Studios Chopper at War Criminal. He's in there. And then we are off to walk. Well, no, we were going to walk.
That's from the day before.
That's from the day before. Now I gotta.
That was one that they dropped into our.
So we that was So we our next stop is Epcot. Now to get to Epcot, you can't walk because the path from Studios to Boardwalk is the course, so we can't walk that. So the only other option is either to take the Skyliner. But the Skyliner means you've got to go do a transfer. You got to ride it to Caribbean Beach, transfer to the Epcot line, and then ride it back over to Riviera, and then to Epcot. And that would have probably at that point we had kind of given up on trying to see Donna again because we were like, there's just we knew there was no way to get there. But what happened was we took the boat. So you can take the boat from Studios. It stops at Swan and Dolphin. Then it stops at Yacht Club and Beach Club. And then it goes to Epcot to International Gateway. Well, we decided, let's go ahead and get off here. It's a short walk. We can go cheer some more people because you go under the bridge. The course goes over top of you, and you go under the bridge there, walking to Epcot. And we're walking by Beach Club. Or no, we walk by Yacht Club, or on that side, walk by Stormalong Bay, which is the cool pool there. And we look out over towards Boardwalk, and, you can see everybody running. And who do we see out on the beach?
We see our girls from Utah.
Again. They had just finished. They were back.
They were making some TikToks.
They were getting doing some production out there on the beach. So
I walked down there.
So Emily's like, "Oh, we gotta go." And I even said to her, "Oh, we gotta go." There's no way. Yeah.
And I said, "Girls, I promise I'm not stalking you. I promise." I said, "I just want to hear how you did you like the marathon? Did you do good?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, it was great." Of course, they're adorable too. Like they have on little. I was like, "Did y'all run?" They had on tiaras. Like their heads didn't even look like they broke a sweat. Like they didn't look at all.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Yeah." I was like, They were not moving. And again, Lexi, the blonde. I keep saying that because the other two are brown hair. And Lexi seems to be more like they all have their own following, like a very, very big following. But Lexi seems to be like maybe the one that kind of got it kicked off or whatever. And she said, "We've met so many people." She said, "But you're Emily, right?" And I was like, "Do what? You know who I am?" And she's like, "No, we met so many people this weekend." But she's like, "You just have a really good spirit about you." And I was like, "Thank you."
Yeah.
And I said, "Can we take one more picture with you?" And they were very, very nice. Like they probably when I left, they're probably like, "All right, we need to like call security." But they were just fun. They were so fun. And I have looked at all of their TikToks that they've made of the weekend and the people they saw and the things they did. And I just think they're so fun. I think they're.
Yeah, you don't have that photo posted on your Facebook.
I know I didn't. I don't know why I didn't do it. But
Okay.
Anyway, it was It was fun, and so then we went down and we did cheer on.
Cheered more coming right there at the International Gateway. Then we went into Epcot, walked around.
We were hungry.
We were hungry at that point. Went and got over to Lotus Blossom.
Oh no.
We went
to Italy first.
Got a Rosa Regale.
Yes,
got a Rosa Regale, which I have the photo with the cast members and the Rosa Regale.
Yeah, they were dancing. They were fun.
Got that. We went in and got
Germany.
some Germany. Did we get anything? No.
I did. I got the Snickerdoodle thing.
That's right. You got Snickerdoodle thing. And then we went over to Lotus Blossom in China and had a little Mongolian beef and noodles and egg roll. And then our fortune, what did the fortune cookie say? I took a picture of it, but it was pretty appropriate for the day. And
then I had told him, I said, I really want to go to Epcot because I really want to get my perfume. I get this Snow in Norway. And I had run out before Thanksgiving. And I was like, I could order it on Amazon, y'all. I could do that. But I was like, I really love buying it in Norway. So we went in there, and the man who is like Gearness,
who I had been there. He's been there for almost over 2 weeks. And I said, Emily, he's there. She's like, oh. And this was like 2 weeks ago. And sure enough, we walk in, and I was like, oh my gosh, there he is.
And he like talked to, he was
it was really great. Emily got the bottle with him, got an autographed picture with him.
Well, the lady upscaled it so well because she was like, I was going to get like the small bottle.
Yes.
And she's like, yes, but you can get the small bottle and the lotion, which I usually do the Layla lotion.
And I wish I had her name because she's been there for many years doing she's the rep, on-site rep all the time. But
she's so nice.
She is.
And it came in a purse. Yeah. And so she's taught it. I usually get the Layla lotion and I get the Snow perfume, but it's this. I got Snow lotion and perfume in this purse, and she starts telling me how she was in New York in the purse. I said, "Honey, you don't have to sell me on a purse. I can buy it." And then we got the discount, of course. And then we took a picture with him, and he signed his little card that he had, and I don't know. It was cool.
There he is. There's your photo outside the side.
Yeah.
Doing another fangirl moment.
Yeah. And then we did our
we did our blood. Well, no, we got our blood orange margarita in Mexico.
Yeah, we did not wait in the line inside. We went to the outside.
No, we went to outside, which was just as good. It's the same. Then
it is not the same.
Okay, got our photos with Walt and our medals. Got our photos in front of Spaceship Earth. Did not ride a thing in Epcot, folks. Did not ride anything. We didn't ride
a thing the whole time.
No, the whole day we did not. All this wandering around the parks. And then fun, we're off to the last stop, which is Magic Kingdom. So we did monorail. So we go to Magic Kingdom, and we there were 2 goals with the Magic Kingdom stop. One was to get our photos. Mm-hmm. But the other was Emily had been having her fangirl moments all weekend long. Well, I had the fanboy moment, which actually had started on the night I got there, Wednesday, because I went straight to Magic Kingdom. So we got, so we're in line to get our photos at Magic Kingdom. There we got a photo with the partner statue, and the sun was brutal. There was not a cloud in the sky, and Emily had really complained about the fact she was squinting in most of the photos where the sun was in her eyes. So we got all our photos there. I thought they looked good. And then we decided later on, after we wandered around the parks, we went and...
That's when you met
So
Ron.
I went to Tomorrowland. So y'all have heard me talk about Ron on the Go. So Ron on the Go is a live streamer of the Disney parks, and he does other stuff around Universal, et cetera, et cetera. Watch him all the time. He was in the middle of doing the People Mover 500. What is the People Mover 500? Well, after New Year's, and he has been in the parks just about every day throughout the holidays. He's been to all the different parties, and so to break things up, maybe it's something he started a couple of years ago. He rides the People Mover 500 miles. It's 480 some laps around. Does it over about a 10-day period. Well, he did it while he was in the final stages of it while we're there. So I was like, all right, we're going to People Mover. If we only ride one thing all day, we're going to ride People Mover. We're going to try to get up and say hey to Ron. So, well, we're standing in line in the queue, about to go up the ramp, and here comes Ron. I'm watching the video to see where he's at. We're following along. He's on with one of the other streamers, Janelle, who's one of the other live streamers, and he's riding. He's coming off because it's 3:00. He's been on there for a couple hours, needs a little break. So we got to meet Ron on the Go.
Sam was super
I was so excited about that. And now this was his last day. He was finishing up the 500 that evening. Mm-hmm. So anyway, that was pretty cool. Ron on the Go, if you want to really experience the full-on Disney addiction that I have, Ron on the Go is worth to watch, okay? Because that's what it is. It's just he's riding around. He does all the parades. It's really cool. So we got to do that. So we do our photos. After that, we go and grab a little pepperoni spring roll, pepperoni and cheese spring rolls. And then we're like, you know what? There's some cloud cover moving in. Let's go get another set of photos. I think they would really look good. So we're standing in line to get those photos again, and who?
Someone just literally we're
not getting our photos.
We're getting our photos, and we were actually at the end, and someone's little head pops out of the line and goes, "Hey, Emily," and it's Jonathan.
It's Jonathan. It's Jonathan Seibert, and there's Jonathan with us with all his medals, his whole haul of 6 medals, with us in front of Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
That was a great way to wrap up our 4-part quest to get all our photos there. Anyway, it was a great way to wrap things up for the race run side. Then, of course, we went and did, like I said, went to Wolfgang Puck, and did dinner with Donna and Carrie. I'll get those pictures up, and then we can wrap things up here on the weekend because the next day was driving home. The depressing drive home back because Emily flew down. I drove, which I love to drive. I love to do the drive. Even post-race sore, it can be a little difficult, but we did it. There's a picture of Donna out on the course in Magic Kingdom. There it is. I got that. Right in front of Triceratops Spin, which closed on Monday. It's done. It is gone. It is gonzo. That attraction is no more. There was our dinner from Raglan Road. There was your mojito.
So Hugo Spritz.
Oh, Hugo Spritz. Oh, okay. That was at
Wolfgang Puck.
And there's Donna. with Emily and with Carrie. So wrapped it up on Sunday. Drive home on Monday. Got our oranges. Did all the touristy things we do. I did drive. Oh yeah, I didn't even mention the stop on the way down where I got my orange juice. That's a must. Got to do that. Besides the Buc-ee's, you got to stop there. So anyway,
it was a good weekend.
It was a great weekend. It was a great first chance for me to run through the Magic Kingdom. I'm still on the fence
about Dopey.
I'm really considering it for next year.
I can do the 5, the 10, and the half. I just don't know that I can
do the full.
I can cheer you. I can be at the cheer spots.
Okay.
But I don't know that I can do the full.
Yeah.
I don't think
that 4 straight days of getting up is probably I think that's harder than the actual race itself.
And there's something about mile 18. I've done 2 marathons. My arm could probably be twisted, but I would have to do. It's not just that, y'all. It's also the training.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. We didn't train
at all.
And so it is the training is like, especially if you haven't done a marathon before,
right?
You're going to have to at least get to the 21 mile, do one test run at that.
Right.
I did that on New Year's Day when I did Dopey 2 weeks later.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a horrendous. I cried because it's like, I'll get swept. Like I'm glad I did it.
Right.
But.
Okay.
I don't have the.
You don't have
it in me.
All right. Let's wrap things up here. Thanks our final few corporate sponsors. That includes OBX Bullies, offering nail care for all dogs of all sizes, including those that vets and groomers turn away. No appointment necessary at OBX Bullies Boutique. Just call 252-421-7003 when you arrive at 2870 Caratoke Highway in Currituck, right across from the McShell. There's no waiting inside, no issues with another customer's pup. OBX Bullies Dog Nail Services utilizes a unique suspension system, which is a much safer alternative for nail trim. After they're all trimmed up, there's a free pup cup waiting for your furry friend. There's a line of unique canine fragrances to choose from, and of course, plenty of hugs and rubs to your beloved four-legged friend. Plus, you'll find a variety of dog accessories, including bow ties and scarves and t-shirts. Make sure you ask about OBX Bullies training services, too. Convenient weekday afternoon and evening hours, plus weekends as well. Just check obxbullies.com and their Facebook page for the updates. OBX Bullies Boutique, serving all dogs one nail at a time, one furry smile at a time. obxbullies.com.
All right. And thanks to Toyota Taller at toyotataller.com. Are you ready to rise above the competition and lead with confidence, influence, and vision? Toyota Taller offers one-on-one coaching to become the best version of yourself so that no matter what happens on the outside, you become unshakable on the inside. Toyota has been guiding Sam through the journey of creating Sam Walker OBX News, avoiding the pitfalls, startup space, while keeping him focused on being the best reporter and entrepreneur that he can be. Whether you're a business person, a leader, or a rising leader, you're invited to have a conversation with Toyota to see if you're the type of person she can empower to go to the next level, whatever that looks like for you. Don't wait. Schedule your 30-minute clarity call today and learn more at toyotataller.com. That's TEUTATOWLER.com. Success starts with effective leadership, and that starts with Toyota's leadership coaching.
All right, and again, thanks to all of our great founders out there. But if you haven't signed up as a founder yet, what are you waiting for? Well, you're missing out on the thorough update of the day's local headlines on your radio. If you've been missing that, well, I've got you covered. Sign us up as a founder and have the Sam Walker OBX News morning update delivered directly to your email and device every weekday morning, including on your favorite podcast platform. The morning update brings you the latest local news, sports, and weather coverage you can really count on. And current founders, you can still give those friends and family access to SamWalkerOBXNews.com with a gift membership for up to 1 year of journalism as unique as the Outer Banks itself. Sign up now as a founder for the morning update at SamWalkerOBXNews.com. Let's go.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
Okay.
This lady, Casey Higginbotham, Kell, Kell, posted in smaller groups, but since I've had people reach out and ask, I'm happy to report I had a delicious meal at Tusker House at mile 17.5 of the marathon. Ate more bacon than I should have, and maybe one POG mimosa is enough, but my table service streak continues. Where should I dine next year?
She does a table service
During
breakfast
marathon.
During the marathon.
That's insane.
Not doing counter service, not doing a quick service or counter service. Table service. That is a sit-down meal, ladies and gentlemen, during the marathon.
New level.
That's a whole new level. That blows.
And that's not her first time.
That blows hash browns away from McDonald's, which the hash brown joke will probably, I don't know if hash browns will ever come back because of the way the course goes now with the half marathon. But I say the roller dog challenge from the Speedway.
Yeah,
that's what needs to be done. If next year, run the half marathon or the marathon, I'm getting a roller dog at the Speedway / 7-Eleven right there on property.
Anyway, go ahead.
Oh my gosh, she does Tusker House.
That's what she did this year. I don't know what she did in the years past. I'll see if it.
Well, with the way the course goes through studios, that's going to be a tough challenge because there's really no breakfast place. And
she said, next year, I have been challenged to do the martini flight at Brown Derby, and I never back down from a challenge.
She could possibly pull
She had an
that off.
8:20 reservation.
Wow. I wonder what her pace will be. Well, we got her name right.
Hmm.
We got to look at her. We can pull her results up and see what she's running because we can figure out what time she starts, what corral she's in. She's got to be in an A corral. There's no way she's doing that if she's in A. That is amazing.
She's done Le Cellier the
God.
previous year and AK.
What?
And Animal Kingdom with Tucker House.
Tusker House.
Yeah, Tusker. So she did
So
Le
Tusker
Cellier
House and Le
last year.
Cellier. Holy cow.
Mm-hmm. Pretty
wow.
cool.
That's amazing.
All right, sorry. I just happened it popped
that's
up
fine.
and I was like, wait a minute.
I did want to mention this because I think it kind of echoes our friend D.W. Birch. We didn't even know was running. He was kind of doing stealth mode, did the 10K and the half. He wrote a real nice letter to the Run Disney staff, or to Run Disney, and he posted on his social. Been participating in Run Disney events for a little over 9 years. I have to say that these were without question some of my favorite races. So much so that even when I saw Adam Ball, who's vice president, he's in charge of he is in charge of Wild World of Sports and water parks. Was at the finish line, walked to him, share my excitement. So he just said, all he could get out in his post-race brain frog was, there was a vibe. Not a very helpful response. Anyway, DW had this to say about the corrals that have become well-orchestrated dance. I'll agree. I'm okay with how the corrals are run. It seems a little chaotic at times. We've gotten kind of used to the multiple starts. The race hosts, we can't say enough about them. Clarissa.
They're awesome. Yes.
Clarissa, Tracy, John, Riley, the whole crew there that does that. It's amazing what they can do to keep you up and ready to go at 4 a.m. The course with the new layout, we agree. Everyone, I think, agrees. There are a few people that have kind of complained about it. But for the most part, everyone's agreed that the half marathon course was perfect. Just about perfect. And Mary and Kay, that's their names. That's the tailgaters out on the onward. We were talking about between 10 and 11. Mm-hmm. They are hilarious. The water stations, with the staff of the water stations, are doing great.
Yes.
So anyway, DW had some great words to say, and I agree with what he said. All right. Now, let's go for a run so we can wrap the show up, okay?
Yeah, I got to go pack.
Yeah, that's right. You got to be on a flight.
And we leave in 3 hours.
Oh, my gosh. Well, it's only 10:30.
We got to leave at 4. All right, Outer Banks Running Company, February 8th. Sam and I will be doing this. Yeah. Love on the Run 5K at Sanctuary Vineyards. March 15th, St. Patrick's Day Beer Mile at Outer Banks Brewing Station. theouterbanksrunningcompany.com.
5th Annual Coast Guard Marathon Weekend, the 5K half and full. They've still got spots available on March 7th through 9th in Elizabeth City, coastguardmarathon.com.
And then the Outer Banks sporting events, of which I also did invite.
Yeah.
I did invite the girls from Utah. I said, if y'all want to come do marathon in the Outer Banks, we got your entry covered, and we've got places for you to stay. So I'm hoping our friends will help us make that happen. Anyway, Outer Banks sporting events 2025, Running of the Leprechauns, 5K and 10K, March 15th in Nags Head.
And
come run with the Leprechauns and receive an awesome t-shirt and a cool medal. Enjoy an authentic Irish party with stew, beer, and music.
Yep. And then there's the 2025 Flying Pirate Half Marathon, April 11th through 13th. OBX SE All right. What do we got going on at SamWalkerOBXNews.com? Theater Dare taking the show on the road again, this time to the Black Pelican and Kitty Hawk with performances of Now and Then. Friday, Saturday at 7:30 matinee, Sunday at 2 o'clock. Limited tickets of show only are available. They might have a few dinner and a shows available for the 3-course meal and the $15 show only tickets. Theater of Dare, OBX.com. That's the old English spelling, by the way, of theater with an R-E.
Students from K to 12 throughout Dare County Schools will display their artwork through January 24th at the annual Dare County Schools Art Show at Glen Eures Ghost Fleet Art Gallery in Nags Head.
Museum of the Albemarle in Elizabeth City hosting an evening of jazz music tonight. We're dropping Friday. Tonight at 6 o'clock in the Gaither Auditorium, honoring Pasquotank native Max Roach for the conclusion of his centennial birthday.
Dare County's 34th Dr. Martin Luther King celebration will be held on Saturday, January 18th at 11 a.m. at the Virginia Tillett Community Center.
Jockeys Ridge State Park and the OBX Astronomy Club, they're scheduled to host an evening OBX Winter Star Party on Saturday from 6 to 9, but the weather forecast not looking good. So check the site today to see if that's still going to be going on.
The 2025 Outer Banks Wedding Weekend and Expo will be held on Roanoke Island this weekend. Friday, January 17th is the welcome party at Vista Creek event venue. Saturday, January 18th, the expo will be held at 2 downtown Manio venues, 108 Budley and the Waterfront Trellis, with the wedding tour on Sunday, January 19th, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. from Corova to Manio.
North Carolina Aquarium Roanoke Island has expanded their winter day camps for kids. Registration's open now for camps on February 10th, Sensational Sharks. February 17th, Toads, Frogs, and Salamanders. And there's also camps April 24th, 25th, and 28th during spring break.
The OBX U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary will offer a one-day boating safety class on Saturday, January 25th, from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. at the Southern Shores Volunteer Fire Department.
Get ready for an unforgettable evening of music, laughter, and community spirit as New York dueling pianos take center stage at 108 Budley and Manio on Friday, January 31st. All proceeds from the semi-formal soiree supports the Dare Education Foundation.
All right. Starry Nights returns for 2025. Don't miss this free, fun-filled day with crafts, snacks, displays, the mobile planetarium shows, and more on Saturday, February 8th in Hatteras Village. Free soup dinner before stargazing at the beach with the planetarium peeps that evening. North
Carolina Coastal Federation once again hosting its annual Hatteras Island Oyster Roast on Saturday, February 15th along the Hatteras Village waterfront. And finally, the Dare County Special Olympics annual Polar Plunge. Sign up now. It's going to be at 10 o'clock on Saturday, February 15th at Jeanette's Pier.
I have one more thing.
In Nags Head. Okay, what do you have?
The Moyock Women's Club's 6th annual White Out for Hunger charity gala. We are doing that at Loblolly Estate in Jarvisburg, and that will be on March 8th at 6 p.m.
All right, we'll have more about that coming up on the site. I need to get that put up and posted. All right, thanks everybody. Thanks to Miles Carpet Cleaning, Caribbean Pools and Spas, CMIT Solutions of the Outer Banks, ToyotaTower.com, OBX Bullies, Kennels and Boutique, Adinkra Yoga Studio, Hatteras Island author Jan Dawson, and Sanctuary Vineyards for being corporate champions. Like, share, follow, subscribe, and hit that bell. Find us on your favorite podcast app, YouTube and Facebook. 5 stars. Interact with us and give us your thoughts and topics for future episodes. Emily's getting ready to run Key West. She'll have all that next week. SamWalkerOBXNews@gmail.com is our email. DM us on the socials. Again, Emily off to Key West tomorrow morning on a nice early flight. Get to go to LaGuardia and Miami and then Key West. Don't get lost. Especially in Miami, because Miami is always a fun airport to navigate.
I've got like 4 hours there, so.
Oh.
All right, y'all. I got to go pack.
You go pack. We will see you next time on the Sam
and M
podcast. Bye.
Bye.